What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of Roaw Day. It's your boy Grizzly,
And la di da.
and today we have a special episode again for you guys. Today's conversation is going to be on entitlement. What is entitlement? Well, in the context of this conversation, entitlement is going to be when somebody lays a claim to something that does not belong to them. So we have a clip from uh from a show, an interview actually, on YouTube. It's from Choke, no joke. He have a conversation with 50 Cent's son, Marquise, Marquise, and let's just listen to what he has to say about his situation with his child support. It's not a long clip. If you guys are interested in watching it, you can head over and just type in uh, 50 Cent Sons Marquise and Choke No Joke, and
We'll put a link in the description.
it should come up and you can watch it. It's an hour and 20 minutes long, but I will spare you guys and only give you guys a 3-minute clip. So let's have a listen. All right.
81K is not a substantial lot of money.
Hold on.
You're talking about you got beef with everybody in the
Okay.
industry. You can't just live anywhere.
And if he's contributing 6,700, that means your mom's got the other half. It ain't just for him to just fucking take care of you. She got to take care of you too. She got to work too, nigga. He giving up 6,700.
This is the
Where's her
point.
6,700 to go with his? Now y'all got 12,
Oh
1,300.
my
Now
God.
13,000 a month.
Oh my. See, hold on. Yo, choke. This is where you get it. This is where it goes down a bad path, brother. This is what I'm trying to tell you, bro. Yo, bro, 6,700. If I told you right now, right, you got to start your life over right now with 6,700 a month and rebuild your life.
Yes.
Can you do it?
With
With
6,700, I
nothing.
can.
You
With
have nothing.
6,700, yes, I can. Nigga, I'm from the
You
fucking
have
mud. I'm from either or budget.
nothing.
6,700, I'm good.
That's what
a
I'm
month,
saying.
nigga.
I'm comparing it
Yes.
to yourself.
With two
Choke, this
kids.
is what I'm saying to you. Choke, this is where you going wrong. You got to stop comparing it. You comparing it to yourself, bro. You comparing it on your standard of lifestyle, bro. You cannot do that. Can't do that. Listen, Choke, I jumped out of a burning house, brother. I had nothing.
Okay.
I know what it feels like to have nothing, all right? And I had to rebuild my life over with 6,700 a month.
Marquise, I know you feel like that ain't a lot of money, but it's a lot of people here watching right now.
It's
Girls
not
that's getting $200 a
$81,000.
month child support. Fucking $100, $50 a month child. I'm telling you, they watching right now, bro. You talking about
bro, we're
a
talking about
nigga contributing
bro,
6,700 and all your the baby mother got to do is put her in it?
Wow. wow. What can I say right now? Anyway.
I've been seeing everything that you've been doing. You've been noticing everything that I've been saying. And I don't need a notebook, cause I got it written in my head. And you don't need a tape recorder. You got a memory like no other. Oh, I promise we'll be alright. No rowing, no number 5. Row day, I've been waiting. On a row day, just say what you've been thinking. On a row day, rowing isn't a conversation. I had to learn that in my life. We gonna make sure we never go back to that life. 'Cause we talking it out. We talking it out.
All right, we are talking it out. Entitlement.
For
Ah,
those who don't know, could we give a little?
more context.
Yeah. So who is 50 Cent?
50
I'm only
Cent.
asking that for those who don't know. I know who 50 Cent is. I'm a
Cur-
millennial. Of course I know. In
Curtis
the
Jackson.
club, go,
Yep, yep,
go, go,
yep.
shorty. I know. Okay? So don't do that.
Curtis Jackson, 50 Cent is a American rapper.
Mm-hmm.
He's also, I think he's done Power and
Mm-hmm.
s-
He's done some acting,
some acting, a
some
couple of
writing.
big movies.
He is the biggest troll of
But
the internet.
he
Like,
does.
was he the one who bought out the whole stadium
Oh, yeah, for Ja Rule.
for Ja Rule concert, and like the stadium was empty,
Yep.
but he still had to perform because the place was so loud.
Yeah, I know. I think they canceled the show
They
after
did?
they canceled the show. He had to apologize, but I think like, come on, 50, that one was uncalled for.
But he's the biggest troll in the industry.
Owner of, I think he sold vitamin water,
Mm-hmm.
and 50 Cent got money.
Yeah.
He got it.
Yes, he got it. He worked for it, and he got shot
Yeah,
in his face.
9 times.
And
Not in his face 9 times, but about the body.
he
And
got
stuff.
shot, right? And then he
Yeah.
had like surgery or something on his jaw.
Yeah,
Because I think
is what gives him his unique sound.
because he couldn't open his mouth as much,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
All right, so now his son, who's the splitting image of him,
Mm-hmm.
is arguing that 50 Cent could have done better with providing for him. 50 Cent, I think, I'm not exactly sure where they kicked in, but we want to say, I think around 10, 11, he had to start, I think, paying child support. I'm not sure
When the
about
little
this.
boy was 10 or 11?
Yeah. And it's 6,700 a month, which is $81,000 a year. He's
How much are y'all making 81,000 a year? Okay then.
and that's just child support. That's just from one parent. And he's saying that was not enough. It's not a substantial amount. He's been quoted as saying in another interview, he was saying basically that, if like 50 Cent should have done more, because if you're $1 billion dude, he used another word, if you're $1 billion guy, then your son should be $1 billion guy. And whatever you have, your son should have access to. So he doesn't understand how is it that his father has X amount of dollars, and why doesn't he get everything that I guess he ever wanted. 50 Cent in response says to him, hey, he doesn't understand how his son, being a privileged child, growing up getting everything that he wanted, how does he grow up believing like, yo, I should have had more? It's like he's still ungrateful. So it brings us to our topic today of entitlement. And this is actually one of the topics that's been, I think, a little difficult for me and Laddie Da to talk about in terms of entitlement in regards to parenting, because we don't have kids at the moment.
It's of our own.
We don't have kids of our own. We've raised some kids in our lives, some nieces and nephews and godchildren and stuff like that. I can pay homage, but we have not had kids of our own.
Okay.
And I know when it comes to parenting, it makes a big difference, because when the child cries, when the child was in your womb, you would feel something different in your chest. Men don't tend to normally have that feeling. I don't know how I would have taken it if I could hear my son speaking like this and raising a child that's like this.
Mm-hmm.
I would feel like I fail as a father.
I mean, we could take it a step back, because although we don't have children, we've been children.
Yeah.
Have you ever felt like your parents, like they could have do better for you?
No.
The answer is no.
Not because I thought that my parents was the richest and I got everything that I absolutely wanted.
Mm-hmm.
I've never felt in myself like I could lay claim to their money.
Mm-hmm.
I had stuff. I had an Xbox, I had a PlayStation, I had games,
You have money.
I had clothes, I wore clocks to school. I had an okay life.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't wear I didn't have cotton shirts for every shirt, but I at least had three. You know?
And what it too with polyester.
Yeah, and that's the Friday shirt. You know? Your Friday and your after PE shirt. But
Mm-hmm.
I can't say that I wanted. I mean, I wanted more, but by the time as I wanted more, I went out and started packing bags myself, and
Doing things for yourself.
yeah. But this is insane to me.
Maybe because we don't come from like the affluence. Because I don't think I felt entitled growing up. Like feeling like my parents, my grandparents, whoever I grew up with should have do better or they could have do better. Even in the state that they was in, I had no idea actually the state that they was in until I got older
Mm-hmm.
and I realized that we we on the poorer side. Not poor, but we was like struggling middle class. That's how I would classify us. Why are you doing that? Okay, we was like I would say we was struggling middle class. The
Mm-hmm.
lower part of the middle class because just how the family had to come together and
Mm-hmm.
make things happen. Nobody really had any real assets of their own. Like I know persons, I grew up with persons who family had house. They had like investments and they had businesses and things like that. Like my family, I come from that. So I don't know if maybe that can play a factor in if a child feels entitled to what their parents have attained or not. Because if your parent ain't attained nothing, no, they ain't have nothing. What is there to be entitled about?
Yeah, correct.
So this entitlement is like a rich kid type of syndrome.
I would assume so. I can't think of many. Actually, I wouldn't call it a rich kid
Okay.
syndrome.
You've seen instances where
But
persons would feel entitled but not with finances.
yeah, I have a sibling that 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 thinks, I guess, in his I can't really speak on it because I didn't grow up exactly with this sibling.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of age gap too between me and him. But he thinks that more could have been done
Mm.
to his benefit. I can't vouch yay or nay.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say um if he wrong for thinking that.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't call it a rich kid syndrome. Guys, I really want you guys to speak in the comments and really tell us, like if we're going wrong, or tell us from your perspective, especially all of those of you that are parents. Let us know, like, how do you avoid this?
Prevent entitlement.
Yeah. What do you think? How do you prevent entitlement in your kids?
I think when you raise your kids to value people
Mm-hmm.
and then to value the sacrifice that they made for you to have certain things, you don't feel entitled to it because you understand that yes, um, daddy goes to work. Yes, daddy runs a company, but that don't mean I could go in that company and just take whatever I want and talk to the workers however I feel because my daddy owned this. Like
Mm-hmm.
you have to cut that, nip that in the bud from the start, and let them understand that listen, this is something that I'm building for our family, not for you. Because when you say things like that, the children, they brain just so underdeveloped. They take little things and they could just blow it right up.
Mm-hmm.
If you tell your child, oh, when you grow up, this could all be yours, they
Mm-hmm.
eye light right up, and all they seeing is Cha-ching! All this could be mine. It's so much more work that you have to put in there to really be successful. And if you don't show them that, they just can automatically assume that, well, all I gotta do is be, because it's going to me. I am like the golden child.
Okay, tell me if this is entitlement.
Okay.
I don't know if this could be considered entitlement. One of my friends that I went to school with, right? Stormy daddy was like an ASP. I didn't at the time. I didn't even know.
You didn't know none of them letters, did me?
I didn't know what that meant.
He was a
I know
police.
he was a police. He was high up there,
Okay.
right? And we was coming to school, and at this time they had like police station at the school, and like it was like a funding, and they had to search us. And these police was doing for more with the search. They was like grabbing you and like lifting you up off the ground, shaking you, stuff like that. And like after they searched Stormy spin around. He was like, "You're a little bunch of jokey renegade cops. You all want to get put on half pay, eh?" And bear in mind, we in like grade 8, you know. This is like a grade 8 student talking to a grown man who on the police force like this. "You're a little bunch of mall cops. Little rookies." And like one of the officers, I think he going to slap Stormy. And like the other officers, he stop him. Like Stormy had like a signature, big head. He's like, "But you see the head? Don't do that." He's like, "Wait, Daniels is your daddy, eh?" And he was like, "Yeah, y'all will get put on half pay." And they was like, "Wait, just go in the gate." I can tell you this. After that moment, I don't know about Stormy, but I felt entitled.
Why did you feel entitled?
I maybe not entitled, maybe empowered.
You felt empowered.
But I just felt like, boy, I know. I felt like I had a privilege. Like police couldn't just do anything to me.
Once you with Stormy.
Yeah, once I was with Stormy.
Because you get your head slapped.
But I don't know. Is that entitlement?
No, that's empowerment.
Even from Stormy's side?
From, I think him, like you said, the officers were doing too much. They was actually violating y'all. And he understood that y'all running out.
Yeah.
But because of who his daddy is, maybe that made him feel like I could speak out against this injustice happening to me because of who my daddy is. Or he might actually understand that y'all only supposed to be doing X, Y, Z and not elemental B.
Okay. So but okay,
I think
maybe
it's entitlement
so,
if every child was supposed to be searched and they were searching you guys properly, correctly, respectfully, and he refused it because his daddy is ASP. That to me is like, yeah, you're being entitled because you're trying to now use your leverage over us from doing our job or for doing that. That's like when people be like, "Oh, do you know who I am?" That statement in itself.
I always follow that up.
Who are you?
No, I don't. Please tell me your name.
That, do you know who I am? You know who my people is, and like all
No,
that
I
comes
don't.
from like
Come on,
that.
go ahead. What is Miss Clark? All right, Miss Clark. Sorry, I didn't get your name, but now I got your name. Miss Clark, you gotta walk this way.
You still gotta do what I do.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Get out of here already.
Yeah.
Okay, so what if Marquise feels like because of who his daddy is, he shouldn't have to like he should have the latest and everything. He should, he should have the best. Is he wrong as a child for feeling like, yo, my daddy got my daddy's a multi-millionaire. I should be wearing the best. I should have jewels. I should do this. Is he wrong for thinking that?
He is dead wrong. He is a child. Or at the time he was a child. I don't think he's a child no more.
No, I think he's about 25
and now that you're
now.
a man, you need to be building your own empire as a man.
I could tell you something. I can be real with you guys. Y'all please forgive me. A man sound like a whole hoedown.
And this co-parenting thing
Mm.
this could be so dangerous, because when you have one parent talking in your child ear about you, and they regurgitating these emotions and feelings, and they don't even understand why they feel this way towards the next parent.
He sound like a woman, like a hoe. He sound like a. Hey, I can't even. I can't even. I can't imagine my son talking like that. I can't imagine it.
Things
Oh,
like that has happened.
oh, you don't understand that. 6,700
6,700.
a month he was giving me, and that's not a substantial amount of money. 81,000 a year?
If he's on
That's-
child support, help me to understand the child support thing, right? If
Mhm.
you are on child support, that would mean that you had a court arrangement to
Mhm.
say that this is how much would be able to sustain this particular child
Mhm.
per month.
Mhm.
And the court say, okay,
Mhm.
this would take care of all of his immediate needs, all of his immediate wants, even.
Mhm.
Fine, let's settle on this.
Mhm.
So now this court approved.
Mhm.
So when did the person be like, no, this ain't enough no more?
Bro, I to be honest with you, okay, guys,
6,700 is a very specific number. They didn't say
la-di-da,
$7,000. They said 6,700.
listen, la-di-da has a degree, a bachelor's degree. She's make let's 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 say not even
Not
half of
even
that.
half of that, like a
Not,
quarter of that.
that
Just
isn't
about a quarter of that.
little
A
over,
year
little over.
for a bachelor's degree in the Bahamas. I know Katie somewhere talking about it. If you was over here, stop it.
That 81,000. Let's all come to some common ground, guys. 81,000 is enough.
It's enough
It's enough.
for someone with no job, no responsibilities.
That's enough for a child.
For a child.
Child
Because
support
I have
is
a friend who
not.
making just about 100K a year, but they have adult bills. They have mortgage.
Child support is not for an adult.
This is it. Child support is not
It's not for an adult. Child support is for a child.
for children living in the care of somebody else.
67,000 is enough for a child.
I agree.
It's not to raise you and your mother. Now,
Is that what child support is being used for? To take care of the mother as well as the child? Because I mean, you need the mother to be in optimal health mentally and emotionally,
yeah,
to be able to do this care and nurturing that the child needs.
I don't know where she need to find all of the health care. Maybe she need to get some insurance. But she have to go do that. Go talk to her damn daddy. But no. And to hear this man, this grown man, hair on his face, adult, looking at his father saying, bro, you only was giving me $7,000 a month.
What are I supposed to do with that?
Oh, you're a horrible father. What? I could be real with you. My biological man, I don't think he ever gave me 6,700 in my entire life.
In your whole lifespan?
My entire lifespan.
That's intense, babe.
I
He wasn't
mean,
on child support.
He wasn't on child support. I love him. We definitely have a closer relationship than when I was a child. And I don't resent this dude.
Mm-mm. You don't.
Not at all. I love
But
him.
is it because you grew up in a very good life?
I think this dude grew up in a very good life too. I think he was a very privileged
He
child.
feels so. What is this thing he's talking about that he had to jump out the house, a burning house, and lose everything?
I don't know where that story come from. I'm sure he's saying that I guess at some point in time in a place where they was living, the house was on fire and the house burned down. He didn't have anything, so he know what it's like to start over. My
With
guy,
6,700 a
with
month.
6,700 a month, he had to rebuild his life. But I know people who go to vacation in the States with 2 grand in their pocket. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
And live like drug dealers. Okay? He's going Walmart and treat them cashiers like strippers. Make it rain on them. Blah. Your bill is 200 and blah. Shut up. Take my money. Okay?
So my question is, how does one person, how does an entitled person come to the realization of their entitlement?
Um,
Because I
I
think I
think
saw a photo with him with the money on the floor with entitled
hmm,
behind him. That was him.
possibly. Um, how does an entitled child? I think they have to. I think they have to lose the money, or
Completely.
they have to experience life without it. Right? For me personally, right? I used to think, because I grew up in the hood, I used to be like, you know what I mean? I used to chill out on the block, everything and whatever. But I knew there was a difference when I gone to my boy them house. When all this used to pile up in that room and we go there to play game.
Mm-hmm.
Instantly in walking inside, I saw the difference in lifestyle. And I knew that they didn't have it as comfortable as me.
Mm-hmm.
They was making it, they do what they do, but it was different. I didn't realize it as a kid, because as a kid you don't take notice of, or you could walk over all the dirt in the world.
We playing game.
Tripping over dirty basket of clothes, blah,
Sorry for that.
and you just want to play a game.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was about, I want to say maybe 12, 13, somewhere in there, 14, I knew then what I could know what poverty looked like.
Mm-hmm.
I know what struggling looked like. I know when it's September and you were in last year bonds.
Mm-hmm.
And it made me a lot more grateful for what I had.
Right.
You understand? I was the dude in school who the peoples go away and bring them back a bunch of clothes, and I'd take all of my old clothes and give them out to my friends.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I knew that I was like, bro, I always wanted my friends, like, so if I had a good pair of clocks, and them clocks was like still solid, but I get a new pair of clocks, I giving away my old pair of clocks to my brethren.
I must say though, you have a very big given heart.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you have anything, you think of somebody who could use it, and you just give it to them. Like no second thought, no like, oh, he ain't gonna need this because he. No, you just be like, oh, I can get this to my brethren,
Mm-hmm.
and you just give it. So you've been doing that from then?
When I was a kid.
Oh,
Because I always wanted all us to be I wanted all us to be fresh. I wanted all us to shine. I want all my friends to win.
right.
And so I never grew up with that type of entitlement. This type of mindset is and this entitlement is a mindset. This is scary to me. To hear a man talk like this is make me scared for the future. This is make me scared for if I have children, if I have a daughter. And she can marry this, do it like this.
Mm-hmm.
Soft. A dude in his 20s still looking for daddy to take care of him.
Mm-hmm.
Still saying,
He ain't do enough.
ain't nothing that's make me sicker and more disgusted than hearing a grown man or a grown woman, an adult, still blaming someone else or still looking to someone else for
For
their
their life.
failure or for something they could have changed in their life.
Mm-hmm.
It has make me sick to my stomach. I hate it. Oh, if my mommy did only do this. Oh, if she did only, you know what my mother should have done? She should have saved. So when I was ready to go to college,
You could have had money
I would have
for.
had money to go to college.
Mhm.
Sound good, bro?
It didn't happen.
It ain't happen.
Next chapter.
Now, what you could do? Sit there for the next 30 years talking about what your mommy ain't do
Yeah.
or what your daddy ain't do. My daddy was never there for me. And it was days when I used to drink water without ice.
I think you bring up a good point though. About curbing entitlement.
Mhm.
I think charity is a good way to do that too. Getting your kids involved with charity events so that they can see that this is not something that everybody has. Not like in a condescending way, because things like that could be condescending too, where you feel like, oh, I give in to the needy and the poor people because they don't have it and I have it. So I must give to them so that they can be in no.
Behold, peasant, come draw near to me
I
as I
have
bestow
clean
your blessing.
I have clean white socks that you can wear like
Kneel.
not in a condescending way, but just for them to get a charitable spirit.
But I can tell you this. I was one of the last schools. It was one of the last classes. I think if not the last class. To visit the prison.
Y'all went to visit
Yeah, but they used to do
no,
field trips. People, y'all don't know this.
field
Back in the
trip
day,
to
some
the prison.
of y'all old enough, right? They used to carry
I'd
up
have
to.
never signed a permission slip.
Listen,
Get out of here.
they
We
used to
staying
do-
home.
They used to do field trips to the AIDS ward
Mm-hmm.
in the hospital.
Wow.
And-
Girls and boys going to the
yeah,
prison.
but at least I know if the girl's gone. You know,
Okay.
to tell you the truth, I know if the girl's gone.
Somebody,
It wasn't like
somebody
no.
can let us know in the comments.
It wasn't like no scared straight type vibe.
Okay.
They show you the good part, the office part, this, that, and everything. Da 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 da.
They cancel Scared Straight.
I don't know, no.
That was a good show.
But they used to like carry you around and let you see Her Majesty's prison. And I always know after that day, I wasn't going to jail.
You don't get shit.
I don't know what could happen.
You
But-
still get into badness after that, but you ain't going to jail.
I wasn't going to jail. I was convinced. I convinced myself even as a adult. I said, "Boy, if I gotta go to jail, anything longer than 2 years, they can kill me
Because you can try to break out.
every day. Every day, this fat man could be running to the gate.
You ain't gonna be fat if you in jail. I promise you that.
They could be like, yo, who keep letting this nigga out, man? What's wrong with this boy?
You ain't gonna be fat in jail, babe.
So I run into the gate every day. I ain't gonna be confined to that. They ain't gonna make me lay down with a bunch of man. I can't do it.
Piss in the bucket.
I think jail got toilet now.
Oh, they got toilet.
Jail upgrade.
Wow.
Well, listen, the Bahamas it was bad. It all in the 2000s, boy, we still not in a bucket. So that's not like it. I know some parts of jail they might still be doing the foolishness. I can pee on top of my wife be. Let alone nanny on top of some
Oh
stranger
my
nanny.
gosh.
No,
Too
sir.
much information. Too much information. Back to the topic. I think experiences like that helps to
That changed my mentality.
entitlement.
That changed my whole mentality. So I know for a fact.
yeah, anger.
So I know
Anger causes entitlement. You don't get that entitlement from
that ain't anger. That's jealousy.
jealousy. I also would say anger when you have some resentment towards your parent, either for not being there or not being, I guess, what other people like you said, jealousy, what other people parents was like, because children do that a lot. They compare, oh, this one mommy is let them, this one mommy is give them, this one daddy is buy them.
I
You
telling
saying
you
all
right
that
now,
to say what?
as a parent, I ain't a parent yet, but when I become a parent, if you come home and you say you want something or anything because somebody else, the answer is no.
No.
If you look and say this person mommy tell them, if you say oh, this person daddy buy them, the answer is no.
Indefinitely.
Indefinitely. Do things because you want to do it yourself, bro. You know, I ain't raising no follower. No, I ain't raising no weak spine, man. You ain't gonna come follow in the crowd, bro. You have to make your own path. So if you come there talking about you're envious and you're looking with your big green eye and looking at over the fence and looking at grass green, the answer is no. I ain't with that. This man, I pray to God, I never raised no child like that.
I think his mom probably might have let it gone on too long.
This boy sound like he grew up just watching nothing but Lifetime. That's what said it said in another interview. Say, if your father is $1 million nigga, won't your son be $1 million nigga?
No, he
No.
would not.
No, he'd be the son of $1 million nigga. That's what he'd be. What are we talking about?
But I just want to pin this point. Didn't he buy him a sneaker store?
He bought him the inventory from the sneaker store.
Oh, he bought him the inventory.
So what had happened was
So that he could resell it?
So what had happened was he knew that his son was into sneakers.
Okay.
But Marquise had an issue, whereas if the newest pair of retro Jordans come out, Marquise got it the next day.
Okay.
But he was still consumed by the fact of the different colors and variants that he didn't have.
So he only got it in black, but they had it in red, blue, yellow, green, and he ain't had that.
So although he privileged because he wearing the newest retro Jordans, he still feel like, man,
I only get one.
I could have more. So 50 Cent was
Greed.
Greed. 50 Cent was trying to teach him a lesson. Like, maybe if I could teach him the value of working for something and he work and earn it himself,
Okay.
maybe he would
Appreciate
change.
it,
Yeah, maybe he would change.
Obviously, that ain't work.
So we called him. Well, he was walking down the street one day. He saw a sneaker business that was going out of business. So we asked to do it. Hey, got all these tennis in here. How much these tennis cost you? He said, well, it's cost me about $40 to buy them. He asked him, well, on the forces, if it costs you $40 to buy them, I'm just selling for you, say $80. Don't take a rocket scientist to realize that's a decent profit. So we asked him, well, why the business going out of place? Why the business going under? He said, well, he basically chose the wrong spot and he didn't have a lot of foot traffic in that particular area. So we asked him, well, what are you going to do with all the tennis? The owner said, well, I probably can put them in storage until I figure out what my next move was. So 50 Cent said, well, since my son Marquise, he's into tennis and he's into shoes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy all the inventory and then let Marquise sell the tennis. And then not only would he have the ability to pick, choose, and refuse from tennis that in there that may be in his liking, but he'd be able to sell, make his own money, and so forth. Marquise loved the idea. 50 Cent bought the tennis, sent it to him. Didn't hear from Marquise for a few weeks. Then later he got a call from Marquise and his mommy jumped on the phone, basically saying that they wanted to open up a clothing boutique. 50 Cent was like, this is already a problem because the idea was pitched to his son, and by the mommy getting involved, it was already putting the boy back on breast. You know, you want your son to be able to think for himself and do things for himself and not let mommy, you know.
He was an adult at this time.
He was old enough if he was going to give him the inventory to a bunch of tennis and tell him sell it. They wouldn't do that to an 8-year-old.
No.
So he's old enough.
Okay. Because I was going to say, well, if he's still under his mother's care, then I think that's something that both the parents should have talked about. But if he
the
is
way
an
he
adult,
talking, he sound like he's still in his mother care. So he told him, say, okay, well, whenever y'all figure, whatever y'all figure out, y'all let him know what's going on. To make a long story short, the boutique never get up off the ground. The tennis store never get up off the ground. The whole thing went belly flop. Marquise learned nothing. Whole plan was a fail.
Wow.
I,
He tried.
but I don't think
He tried.
his son is able to grasp.
Why didn't he get custody of him for time being? Is it because he was like still working and stuff? Because I
I
feel
have
like
no
he may
idea how
have.
the court is.
So that's true.
I have no idea because even in the states where there's very wealthy men that are capable of being great parents,
Mm-hmm.
they still don't get custody of their children. I
I
that's
find that very strange
it
because
is
it's
very
almost like they
strange.
don't have a relationship. He just finance him,
He doesn't have a
and
relationship with them. And
that could be. Eh,
50 Cent said in an interview, he was like, I think he said something along the lines that he used to love Marquise, but he doesn't love him anymore.
mhm.
Because how long can you love something that hates you?
Mm.
I
I can't wait to do that topic.
nah. I personally side with 50 on this one. I be honest with you. I know women it's different when it comes to women and their children. They have a bond. Like it be fair. Because I believe men make great parents and men feel a lot for their children. But men still a bit more on the logical side, not on the emotional side. Women is feel something different.
Yeah, real.
That's not always a good thing though. And it's not always what's best for the child. This camera about to turn off.
Uh, okay.
Um, to be honest with you, um, I don't know exactly how I'm going to prevent my child from being entitled. I have some ideas of what I think I'm gonna do, but I think I'll be able to teach them. I want to be able to give them money and take them in the store and
Yeah.
let them purchase things. And when they run out of money, they run out of money so that they learn the value of a dollar. But I just find this so disgusting.
You have to be intentional with it. It's not just gonna happen, and you have to, because at this point you can't say with the trained adults. This have to start from young, so it have to start from the children.
Listen, if I was in 50 Cent shoes, believe me, I focusing on my other children. That one, I give up on that one. I give up. I listen. You have some dedicated parents out there, and I love y'all in the comments.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna be talking about how y'all never give up on your children and this that and everything, and I commend y'all. 25, you still locking it up? Well,
Well, guys, that brings us to the end of this episode.
it be I gonna make that one a light burn.
Ah,
Eh,
stop it.
I be real.
Whatever. That's
You ain't
my
be
maiden
disrespecting me
name.
like that and the camera on my name. No,
You're wrong for that. Anyway, guys, let us know what you think in the comments. Hit us up on our socials at Roaw Day. And we're trying to get to our first 100. I think that's when
Yes.
we'll do our giveaway.
Yes. There is a giveaway every 100 subs.
Every 100 subs, that's bold.
Every 100 subs.
We'll try
Until
it.
we hit 1,000. Then
We'll try it
figure
every
something out.
100 subs.
We'll give out a gift.
So we're waiting for that first 100 to, and we're talking with subs on our YouTube channel,
Yeah.
because I don't know if our subs on our podcast is at that level yet.
I don't even check it, to be honest with you. I just make the content.
I check it. I see you guys, our podcast listeners. I see you guys. Thank you so much for being attentive, multitasking, listening to us.
All right.
So that'll be it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the show, and we'll see you in the next one.
Lights go out or the stars come down, I will always be right here. I don't care if no one else around, I'll hold you down. I'ma always be right here, I'ma be right here. Hey, 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 yeah, I'ma always be right here. Hey, 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 yeah, I'ma always be right. Yeah, me and you and I. Nobody's perfect, but we align. I swear that what we have is different.